Hey friends, happy Tuesday. I fixed the date on my PowerPoint, so I'm not going to throw you off again today. So this is your Tuesday, May 12th ELA guided video lesson. The dogs in the background are very excited about something, so bear with me. For today, we're going to focus back on that moral lesson of the story like we talked about yesterday with the Carrot Crazy video and the little paragraph. And we're going to apply it today to an actual story, an actual book. I'm going to play it for us together in a few minutes. And I'm going to kind of pause it like we're doing a book chat, book talk together, like we're in the carpet, like in the classroom on the rug, reading the book together. But before we do that, let's review real quick what the lesson or the moral of the story is before we listen to our book today. So the lesson, again, is just what the author is trying to teach you. What did you learn? What is the lesson that the author was trying to teach you that you learned through the characters, actions, and struggles throughout the book? Okay, so like I said, we're going to be reading a book together today, and this book is called Alexander Who Used to Be Rich Last Sunday. I know there is a couple of different Alexander books. There's the Horrible Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. I think that's a movie too. So if you have not read that one, you might want to read that one also somewhere. But this is probably one of my favorite read alouds that we do all year. I love to do it when we do our money unit too, because it has to do a lot with obtaining and saving and being smart with your money, which I know is hard. So I've got the quiz number here that I'll pop back up on here after we listen to the book together. So I'm going to hop over to this website and we're going to listen to it together, because I felt like that was a little bit easier for you to be able to see the book rather than me holding it up and reading to you. But I'm going to keep my video running up here. I'm going to pause it and we're going to chat about it, a lot of things throughout the book, so that when we get to the end, it'll be easy for us to pick out the lesson or the moral of the story. Okay? All right, let's bump on over to the video. All right, ready? Here we go.
Alexander Who Used to Be Rich Last Sunday, written by Judith Burrs and illustrated by Ray Cruz.
Okay, before we even go any further, I want us to look at the cover of this book. So what are some predictions or some inferences we can make from the cover of the book? So I noticed that the title says he used to be rich last Sunday. So maybe that means he had a lot of money at one point, but then maybe something happened and now he doesn't have any money. He looks like he's got his pockets turned out, so they're pretty empty, meaning that at this present time, he doesn't have any money. And when I think of being rich, I think of like huge houses, really fancy cars, getting to go on a lot of trips and vacations. But I wonder if he had that much money, or to him being rich was just like having like $20 or something. I don't know. But it sounds like it's past tense. He used to be rich and then maybe something happened to where he lost his money. Remember, good readers make connections to things they've already read. This reminds me of the little paragraph we read yesterday about that boy Holden who was trying to save his money for a video game, but spent it on sodas and ice cream and skating rink and wasn't able to get his video game. So maybe he used to be rich and didn't make good money choices either. I wonder if there's ever been a time where you had money and you spent it on something or lost it, or maybe weren't super responsible with it. And then all of a sudden you notice you had empty pockets like Alexander. Let's keep reading. Ready? He's reading a book called How to Be Very Rich.
It isn't fair that my brother Anthony has $2.75 and 1 dime and 7 nickels and 18 pennies.
That's a lot of coins.
It isn't fair that my brother Nicholas has $1 and 2 quarters and 5 dimes and 5 nickels and 13 pennies. It isn't fair because what I've got is bus tokens.
So Alexander's kind of introducing us to his family. He's got 2 brothers, and they sound like they've got some dollars, they've got some quarters, they've got all sorts of money saved up, who knows how. But then Alexander, he's got some coins. Yeah, what kind of coins does he have? Bus tokens. Are bus tokens really money that you can use in a store? Nope. They just are little coins like you'd use at an arcade, like little tokens that you put in a machine, and it allows him to be able to ride on the bus. So I've noticed that a couple of times now. He said 3 times, it isn't fair, it isn't fair, it isn't fair. I wonder if it really isn't fair or if Alexander just thinks it's not fair because he wasn't able to save his money as well as his brothers.
And most of the time, what I've mostly got is bust tokens.
Poor Alexander.
And even when I'm very rich, I know that pretty soon what I'll have is bus tokens. I know, because I used to be rich last Sunday.
So I've heard 3 times he repeated saying, all I've got is bus tokens. Most of the time I've got bus tokens. Even if I've got a lot of money and I'm rich, I'm pretty soon gonna have bus tokens. So 3 times he said that phrase bus tokens, meaning that that's really all the money that he usually has, okay? I noticed in his little thought bubble here, back when he used to be rich, he had trains, toys, candy, ice cream. He was rolling it in, wasn't he?
Last Sunday, Grandma Betty and Grandpa Louie came to visit from New Jersey. They brought lax because my father likes to eat lax. They brought plants because my mother likes to grow plants. They brought $1 for me and $1 for Nick and $1 for Anthony because Mom says it isn't nice to say this. We like money a lot, especially me.
So Grandma and Grandpa brought everybody something they like.
My father told me to put the $1 away to pay for college. He was kidding. Anthony told me to use the $1 to go downtown to a store and buy a new face. Anthony stinks.
That wasn't very nice.
Nikki said to take the $1 and bury it in the garden, and in a week a Dollar Tree would grow.
That'd be cool.
Ha ha ha. Mom said if I really want to buy a walkie-talkie, save my money. Saving money is hard.
So we've learned now what Alexander really wants to spend his money on. His brothers and his dad were kind of tricking with them. But he really wants to buy what? A walkie-talkie. Walkie-talkies aren't cheap. And how much money does he only have right now? $1. So he's got to save his money if he really wants to buy those walkie-talkies. And saving money is hard. Trust me, I know. I've been on Amazon a lot since we've been home.
Because last Sunday, when I used to be rich, I went to Pearson's drugstore and got bubble gum. And after the gum stopped tasting good, I got more gum.
Uh-oh.
And after that gum stopped tasting good, I got more gum. And even though I told my friend David I'd sell him all the gum in my mouth for a nickel, he still wouldn't buy it. Goodbye, 15 cents. Last Sunday, when I used to be rich, I bet that I could hold my breath till 300. Anthony won. I bet that I could jump from the top of the stoop and land on my feet. Mickey won.
So he's had a couple instances where he hasn't been super responsible with his money. Remember, how much did he have? $1. And he spent 15 cents on gum, then tried to sell the used up gum. Ugh. He lost, we don't know how much money he lost with these bets he made with his brother, but that was not a very smart bet to try to hold your breath to 300. Nobody can do that. And then betting that he could jump from the top of the stoop, that was kind of a silly waste of money too. So we're learning about Alexander that, yes, he does have trouble saving his money, and he is spending it on really silly things.
I bet that I could hide this purple marble in my hand, and my mom would never guess which hand I was hiding it in. I didn't know that moms made children pay.
Another waste of money.
To buy another 15 cents. I absolutely was saving the rest of my money.
Do you believe him? Do you believe that he's going to save the rest of his money? I don't know if I do.
I positively was saving the rest of my money. Except that Eddie called me up and said that he would rent me his snake for an hour. I always wanted to rent his snake for an hour. Goodbye, 12 cents.
Just throwing his money away, isn't he?
Anthony said, when I'm 99, I still won't have enough for a walkie-talkie. Nick said I'm too dumb to be let loose. My father said that there are certain words a boy can never say, no matter how ratty and mean his brothers are being. My father fined me 5 cents each for saying them.
Uh-oh.
Goodbye, dime. Last Sunday, when I used to be rich, by accident, I flushed 3 cents down the
Oh,
toilet.
no.
A nickel fell through a crack when I walked on my hands. I tried to get my nickel out with a butter knife and also my mother's scissors. Goodbye, 8 cents. And the butter
Oh,
knife.
no.
And the scissors.
So many times just throwing it away.
Last Sunday, when I used to be rich, I found this chocolate candy bar just sitting there. I rescued it from being melted or smushed.
Uh-oh.
Except the way I rescued it from being melted or smushed was that I ate it.
Oops.
How was I supposed to know it was Anthony's?
Had to pay him back.
Goodbye, 11 cents. I absolutely was saving the rest of my money.
I don't know.
I positively was saving the rest of my money. But then Nick did a magic trick that made my pennies vanish in thin air. The trick to bring them back he hasn't learned yet. Goodbye, 4 cents.
He can't have very much money left, can he?
Anthony said that even when I'm 199, I still won't have enough for a walkie-talkie. Nick said they should lock me in a cage. My father said that there are certain things a boy can never kick, no matter how ratty and mean his brothers are being. My father made me pay 5 cents for kicking it.
He keeps saying he's going to start saving his money up, and he positively is going to start saving his money up, but I don't think I believe him.
Goodbye, nickel.
Uh-oh, garage
Last
sale.
Sunday, when I used to be rich, Kathy around the corner had a garage sale. I positively only went to look.
Yeah, right.
I looked at a half-melted candle. Oh, I needed that candle.
No, we didn't.
I looked at a bear with one eye. I needed that bear. I looked at a deck of cards that was perfect, except for no 7 of clubs and no 2 of diamonds. I didn't need that 7 or that 2. Goodbye, 20 cents.
Now, was that smart for him to buy a half-melted candle, a teddy bear with only one eye, and a deck of cards that's missing 2 cards for 20 cents? I thought he was going to start saving his money. What is he doing?
I absolutely was saving the rest of my money. I positively was saving the rest of my
I
money.
don't believe it.
I absolutely, positively was saving the rest of my money. Except I needed to get some money to save.
What does that sentence mean? What does the author mean by saying, except I needed to get some money to save? It means he has no money left. He can't save his money. He doesn't have any left. He's been spending it on goofy things throughout the whole book. So now he's going to come up with some different ways to try to get money to save that money. Let's see what he does.
I tried to make a tooth fall out. I could put it under my pillow and get a quarter.
Not a bad idea.
No loose teeth.
That won't work.
I looked in Pearson's telephone booths for nickels and dimes that people sometimes forget. No one forgot.
Nothing there.
I brought some non-returnable bottles down to Friendly's Market. Friendly's Market wasn't very friendly.
There's some places where you can bring different cans and bottles of things that you have had to drink, and you can kind of recycle or trade them in for coins. If you look on the bottom, if you have like a bottle of water or like a soda can, you can see different states and how much money. You usually get like 5 or 10 cents for them. So that's what he's trying to do here. But he said he brought some non-returnable bottles. That means they're bottles that aren't worth any money. So he tried to bring some bottles up there to Friendly's Market, but if they're non-returnable, he's not going to get any money for it. And he said Friendly's Market wasn't very friendly. Mr. Friendly there doesn't look very friendly either.
I told my grandma and grandpa to come back soon.
Why do you think he wants grandma and grandpa to come back soon? What did they bring him in the beginning of the book? $1. So he wants them to come back soon so they can bring him another buck.
Last Sunday, when I used to be rich, I used to have $1.
Hmm.
I do not have $1 anymore.
Nope.
I've got this dopey deck of cards. I've got this one-eyed bear. I've got this melted candle.
Garage sale.
And some bus tokens.
Poor Alexander and his bus tokens. He started off with only bus tokens and he's ending with only bus tokens. All right. So the quiz number for this is 7301 if you want to hop on at the end of this lesson and take the AR quiz. So let's think about it. What did the main character go through the story? Alexander obviously is our main character. And all throughout this story, he went through time after time after time where he was so irresponsible and bought the silliest things or spent his money on the silliest different things. Some words that were repeated. Remember, we talked about it's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair. I used to be rich last Sunday. We heard that a lot. Bus tokens, we heard that a lot. So what did we learn? What did we learn from this story? We learned that if you want to save up to buy things, you've got to be smart with your money. If you really want to buy something special for yourself, you can't waste your money on silly little things that don't really matter. You've got to stay focused on your goal, stay focused on what you're trying to purchase, and don't be tempted by those silly little things. And like I said, there's definitely more than one lesson for stories, so maybe you can come up with something different. All right, your last thing for today, and I kind of suggest you do this before you take the AR quiz because it's going to give you a good little review of the story. You're going to hop on over to Seesaw, and you've got you've got 8 questions here about the story we just read. So what kind of things did Alexander imagine buying when he had his money? Who gave them the dollar? Dad wanted him to save for college. Then a couple other questions on here. If you need to go back and listen to the book again, you can either go on this video and rewind and re-listen to the book, or you can always have your parents help you get on YouTube and just search for the book on there also. All right, guys, wonderful job today. I enjoyed reading that book with you. It was like we were in a little book club together. So good luck on your activity. Good luck on the AR quiz. I hope you all make a 100 and get your points. And I will see you here tomorrow for our grammar lesson. All right, have a great rest of the day. Bye, friends.